Hello, my name is Alexis Foley. I'm a second-year master's student at the University of Maryland College Park in the Student Affairs program. It is with great pleasure that I am applying for the Jim Rhatigan Fellowship through NASPA. My hot topic in higher education is the effect of the campus physical environment on Black students at predominantly white institutions. Many predominantly white institutions, including some of the earlier institutions such as Harvard, William & Mary, and Yale, were created primarily for white, wealthy men, with many having roots in American slavery. This is often directly reflected in the campus physical environment, whether it be a colonial European feel, or the names of white men on buildings, or even Confederate statues on campus. The campus environment at predominantly white institutions were not created for Black students, with many of these institutions, until Brown versus Board of Education, even excluding Black students from attending. While this aspect of student life has often been overlooked, students over time have had negative responses to the campus physical environment and have advocated and protested for space over the years. However, not all of these requests have been met, and even as students have advocated for decades, many have been silenced and still continue to feel feelings of marginalization and a lack of connection with the campus environment. Black cultural centers and multicultural centers rose out of the student protests and other activist movement during the civil rights movement, in a time when Black students were looking for social justice and cultural recognition on their predominantly white campuses. While not always widely broadcasted, we have seen similar movements in recent years. Over the years, students at many institutions such as Harvard and the University of Wisconsin-Madison have advocated for physical space dedicated to Black students. In 2015, the Black Student Task Force at the University of Oregon presented a list of demands, one including renaming a building named after a Ku Klux Klan member, another renaming a building named after a white supremacist, and the third a request for a Black cultural center, that of which was granted in October of 2018 this year and will be finished by the year 2020. In 2017, Confederate statues at the University of Texas at Austin and at Duke University were vandalized and eventually torn down by the university. The same happened at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill this year. As professionals in higher education, we must examine the physical environment of predominantly white institutions more critically. It is not enough just to provide a space for students. As professionals, we must advocate for places on campus where students can feel at home, see themselves represented, and know that they matter. Historically, while many of these institutions were created for the wealthy white man, universities today should be changed to embrace and support a diverse student body, and to create a place that all students can connect to and call home.